Well, good morning. It is Saturday, June 21st. Welcome. Happy to have you here. I'm on time this week. Well, today. I'm on time today. Welcome. If you're new here or if you're a returning viewer, subscriber, stream watcher, whatever. If you're returning, if you're new here, it doesn't matter. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get this pushed out to more people. And I am happy to have you here regardless. Today we are going to work on, we have a whole list of things to work on today. I do have a hard stop at noon, so we're gonna go for about 90 minutes today. Last weekend, we did a couple marathon streams. I think we did 4 hours on Saturday and almost 4 hours on Sunday. That was a lot. I mean, we got a lot done and I was very happy with our progress. Tomorrow I definitely have more time. I can go longer, but today 90 minutes is my cutoff, but I think we can do it. We're gonna grab the endpoint for the comment form. So let's take a look at what our comment form looks like. Oh, yeah, I have to fix a couple things. I've been moving images around. Right here. Here's our comment form. So we'll go ahead and add the endpoint Formspree. Let me sign in here. So here's Formspree. So my approach to the comments was to just treat it like a contact form. In my opinion and experience, it takes a lot of traffic to get comments on a blog, like a lot of traffic. And this is a static website with PHP includes. I've not built a backend for this site. I'm not really planning to build a big old backend for this site. I certainly don't have the capacity to get comments and store them in a database. So I decided that I was going to treat the comment form exactly like the contact me form. I'm going to have a comment form on each post. If somebody submits a comment, they will submit it to Formspree. If it's a comment that I want to display on the blog, I'll copy and paste it out of Formspree and put it into the blog. I've styled the comments, so that's a non-issue. I thought that was actually a great solution when I thought of it. I was pretty excited. And Formspree is very easy to use. The API at Formspree is just that you have, let's look at our comments here. Here's the comment form. The API at Formspree is just looking for a name value. So anything that you send in with a name value gets logged as a value, basically, and that's how they keep track of it. I also put in some hidden values. So I wrote a little bit of JavaScript to grab the page URL of the comment form that is being filled out, because if that comment form gets submitted, I need to know where it came from, which post it came from. And there's a little bit of JavaScript for that. Right here, URL field. So we're just grabbing the URL of the page that we're on and putting it in as a hidden value, and then that gets documented or logged along with any other, the name, the email, the website, and the message. So this is a very straightforward, very simple comment form. We made one form and it's being included on each page as a PHP include. So it's very simple. And again, in my experience, you need a lot of traffic on a website before you start getting comments. So this to me was a perfect solution. So we'll go ahead and grab an endpoint for this form and pop that in there. I don't think I have anything in here right now. Yeah, I don't have anything in here right now. So that's that. We're going to do that first. I gathered all of the screenshots and links for the projects. I did that this morning. So here are the titles for all of the projects. Here's a link to every project playlist on YouTube, every GitHub repository, and the Heroku development site where those projects live. And that is this right here. Plus I have the images. Let's look at the images. Here are the images. I batch resized and optimized these, and I don't think that they look amazing. Like as they are right now, they look a little fuzzy to me, but I'm hoping that once they get squished down into this container, they'll look a little better. That's my plan. That's my plan. So, and then we have our 3 links. Then we need to add the articles that we added last week. We need to add the 3 most recent articles to the home page. And then I thought we did this, but let me just, here's the head. We did no index, no follow. Here's title. We need to make sure that we have a variable for a meta description. So here's our variable for custom titles on pages. Let's just pull up this. Oh, we do have a description. We do have a description. Hang on. Oh, it's right here. Gosh, I didn't even see it. So I thought we did this. I thought we did this last weekend. So we do have a description. Yay. I want this to be after. I hope I don't break anything doing that. I don't think I will. So here's our logic for no index, no follow. Here's our variable for a title. And then here is the variable for a meta description. So if we have time, we'll go through and do meta descriptions today. Basically, we need to write the meta descriptions. And I was definitely going to leverage ChatGPT to help me with that. If we don't have time, I think that's something I can do offline, because I think showing how I even got those variables in there was more important than actually writing the meta descriptions. But I think it's still interesting. Good information. So let's grab our endpoint first. Yeah. All right, here we go. Add new form. Comments. Portfolio, send emails to. This is what I want. Method post. Let's see. Okay, we should be able to test this. We should be able to test this locally. So here's how I recommend that you test comment forms, especially if you're testing in an environment where you're collecting live data. This is a message on 6/21/25 at 10:39 a.m. I recommend that you always put in the date and the time of your form submission. So if you're having trouble getting your forms to submit correctly, you can check and see which ones actually went through. So just some advice. Oh, email. Yep, you're right. Hey, guess what? It worked. It worked. Please enter a URL. That's good. I'm inadvertently checking for authentication and that's working. Just by me screwing it up. And here's our submission. And so just by, like right here, I love this. And so just by virtue of grabbing the page URL as a hidden field, just by getting that window location, now we know where this came from. If I hadn't done this, if we weren't going to grab that page URL as a hidden value, we wouldn't know where this message came from, which blog post people were responding to. So just something to keep in mind. So this is working. Once this is deployed to Heroku and to the production site, this really needs to go on our here's our post-launch checklist. Let's add this to the post-launch checklist. Check no index, no follow. Check all links on pages. Check 404 pages. Confirm that each page has a unique meta title and description. Check the time element. Test the contact form. Test the comments form. I will say with MailChimp last week, we got a custom thank you page after a form submission for the mail. Let's put that on there too. Test the MailChimp newsletter form. We were able, even with a free MailChimp account, we were able to do a custom thank you page as a redirect after the form submission. Clearly, we don't have that here on Formspree, but I don't think I'm paying for Formspree. I think I'm on the free version. Let me check. Upgrade your account for... Yes. Okay. I might go ahead and upgrade. Upgrade your account for file upload, more submissions, a custom thank you redirect, plugins like Google Sheets, MailChimp, and Stripe, improved spam filtering, API access, and more. How much is an upgrade? So they have monthly billing, yearly bill. Okay, 200 submissions, unlimited forms, unlimited projects, one team member. That's me. I'm a team of one. What's included? Basic plugins, export, FAMS filtering, custom redirect. Auto responses. Do you need an auto response? I would be happy with a custom redirect. I'm willing to pay for a custom redirect. I don't really care about API access because it's so easy to just make your own API name values for inputs, and then they just make it happen. They just make it work. That's wild to me how easy that is. 200 submissions per month. In my wildest dreams, I don't think I'm going to get 200 submissions per month. Not in my wildest dreams. So, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to consider this. I'm going to consider signing up for personal, but for right now, I'm going to stick with free. If I start getting comments or people just filling out the form, then I will consider setting up the personal account and get that custom redirect. For now, I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. Okay, let's fix that. I broke that this morning. But that's working. Yay. So that is, probably broke it on every page. Might be a good idea to make another, it might be a good idea to make another include with some variables. Oh, this is the wrong page. This is the page. Yeah. I don't know. So we need to update this URL. So we're going to, I'm going to do a find and replace to update this. It's images, articles. Oh no, you know what? I think that I actually deleted the image, but I think I still have it here. Nope, I deleted it. Angela, what the hell's wrong with you? Hang on. All right. Get a new image in here. I was moving things around this morning. Okay, what's this called? we do not need to do this. Okay, there we go. All right. Crisis averted. Okay, so we have our endpoint for our comment form is done. Close that issue, and we're going to move this to done. So here's our screenshots and links for projects. We'll go ahead and get these in. And everything's going to go on this page. It's a little squishy. We can do this instead. There we go. Okay, so let's go just like this. It's a little tedious. It's just how it is sometimes. Wouldn't it be great though if we could just do some copy and paste? I think we can. No, I don't think that's going to matter. Yeah, that's not really going to work. Gosh darn it. You know, it'll work if I do this. Oh, and I have these in the wrong order, so that's really not going to work. YouTube, GitHub, and then demo site is list. Yeah, it's PHP, so it's not going to open up the folder for me. today's going to be one of those days. All right, that actually works. All right. I'm going to take out that pipe. Beautiful. And then we're going to adjust the size of this container because it's sort of, we're seeing this peeking through on the bottom, which is kind of weird. So, all right, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. All right. So YouTube GitHub demo site. Can you just, I don't remember how to do that. I love it. It's so fun to see this finally coming together. Go Elmo Go says, hey, liked the day in the life video. Definitely should do more. Thank you. I am doing more. I've always wanted to vlog. I've always wanted to vlog. I watch a lot of vlog channels. I think they're so fun. And um, I don't know. I think I have a pretty good life. Like, I think I'm living the work from home dev life dreams. And I think it's attainable for a lot of people. And so, I don't know. I thought it would just be fun to vlog and, you know, you know how it goes. So, I think a lot of us love watching vlogs, don't we? I do. This just makes me so happy to see this coming together. After all the time working on um, the layout and the design and all of that, to actually see the content go in, the real content, the real images, the real screenshots. It's just incredibly satisfying. It's like, yes, I did this. I'm really glad that I got up early this morning and gathered all of these links and screenshots before I started today. Really, really, really glad that I did that. Look at that. I think I do have a border here. I must. We're gonna tweak this a little bit. We're gonna change the size, the aspect ratio of this, and is it a, I think maybe it's just a drop shadow. It looks a little weird. We're gonna tweak it a little bit. We'll see how that pipe looks. And then we're going to go through and test all of these links. Whoops. To make sure they work. Love it. All right, last one. Look at that. Just took a few minutes. Just took a few minutes. I think we'll have plenty of time to write our descriptions today. Won't it be nice to get that checked off our list? All right, now we can delete our test data. All right. Yeah, we definitely do need to make some adjustments to our Flexbox also. This is not how I want this to be laid out. So see why this is so important to get your why you really have to approach mouse. Where are you, mouse? Where are you? Okay. You really have to approach QA as a two-part process. You need to QA as you're getting done with the actual build. You also really have to set aside QA for after you get real content and images in, because I promise you it will look different. It will always look different, and you will want to make adjustments. I already know that I want to make adjustments, so let's do that. We're going to do that right now. I want to make adjustments to the container here. So the aspect ratio is 8:5. I think I kind of want it to be 16:9, which is a more traditional blog layout. There's 16:8. You can see there how it's changing. I think I'm going to do 16:9. And then we also need to, this right here is object fit cover. And you can kind of tell that the focal point is the center. It's center on the XY axis, and you can tell that because the top is getting cut off. So I think we also need to do object position top center, and you could see right away it pushed it down, and that's what I want. That's what I wanted. Perfect. So let's update that. So these would be done with that. Let's turn on our watch SaaS. Grid projects. So I'm going to change this to 16 to 9. And then we're going to add object position, top center. Beautiful. Now let's update right here. So we have space between. So this is where we need to really use gap to get the spacing that we want. And I personally, this is going to sound crazy, I personally have struggled a little bit with the best ways to use gap. And it's just in the last few weeks that I've started to kind of wrap my head around it. So what we really want, instead of space between, I'm going to do flex start, and I'm going to do a gap of 1 rem, and then for each project I'm actually going to do, because we want 3 across, so it's going to be 100% minus 2 rems divided by 3. No. Oh. Oh, my calc is on the... There we go. Let's do 2 rems, so this would increase to 4. Yeah, this looks a little better. And then, oh, that gap is also being applied all the way around, so we do not need this margin. Yeah, gap has taken me some time to kind of wrap my head around. Look at that. Now everything is flex start. I do prefer that. I do prefer that. That is the reason why you do that. Let's make sure we are still nice and, oh, not quite. Okay, so we need to adjust our responsiveness a little bit. That's fine. That is just fine. Okay, well, so what's happening at our last breakpoint? Ah, yep. So now we're going to change that. So I'm actually, before I change the count, I'm going to change the gap. So right at right when the links wrap. So when is that? About 12. Let's just do 12:30. Let's do a breakpoint of 12:30. Not going to change the width. We're going to change the gap to 1 rem instead. Nothing happened. Am I in the wrong? I'm in the wrong spot. We want to do that right here. We're going to simplify this, but let's comment this out right now. Oh, we're still wrapping. We just delayed the wrap by 15 pixels, but that's okay. That's okay. Is there anything else that we can do inside of here? We do have a lot of padding in there. And I know I put a lot of padding in there. It's because of this. Let's adjust some of this padding. So top, right, bottom, top, right, bottom, left. Other left. Other left. Top. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know why I did that. Yeah, I know why I did that. Otherwise it didn't look centered. Okay. Let's just reduce it a little bit and see if that helps. Let's move that back a little bit. Yeah, it really does need to be 2.5. And it has to be 2.5 on both sides so the text is centered. Well, this is I don't hate this. I like it. I don't love it. As project pages go, I think I just need to think about how I want this page to be laid out. I think maybe a grid isn't exactly what I want. This feels a little chaotic and a little cluttered. So this is just going to go, this is going to go into the backlog as something that could be improved. And that is just fine. So I would say that this does not hold up that well. Although we have a lot of padding. Oh yeah, that's why. So wait a second. Was it always, is it like that? No. Okay, at what point? Oh yeah, the gap changes. So we also need to, if that changes, then this also has to change. Okay, that's going to make a big difference. So first of all, let's change this to 600 pixels, and let's just say that once you get to a breakpoint of 600, it's 100%. This 1230, now we do want to change that. So let's just copy this. Well, yeah, change that. And then we don't need to worry about the margin. And then I'm going to change this to 1020. This I am going to change to 960. Maybe. That would be 2. And then this would be 2. Let's see how this works. Oh no, this should be 1. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to change this to 1024. Usually 960 works in a lot of situations. For this though, we're going to go 1024. Yeah, I really like using gap. It just, it's really taken me a minute to use it correctly, understand it. Yeah, and I'm going to change that to, wait, 19.9? Wait a second. 16.9. All right, this works. Yeah, I think this layout could be a little bit different. This does feel a little bit chaotic, doesn't it? But for now, It's fine. For now, it is fine. All right, we're done with this task. And done. All right, so now we need to get on the home page. Let's go ahead and commit. Let's go ahead and do a commit. Time is it? 11:24. Okay. We got about 35 minutes. Updating the portfolio projects. No, staging. Okay, and let's just quickly test a couple links here. We missed one. Oh, actually I got these wrong. This is why we check. This is why you always test your links. Always, always, always test your links. What just happened here? It's because of that. right. Links are all working. And then let's go ahead and commit again. All right. Let's see if we can get these homepage articles in quickly. Quick. So here they are. Latest articles. Oh, and was I updating my alt text? No, I was not. All right, let's add that to the post launch. No, it's not a post launch item though, is it? It's update all image alt text. Need to check all images for updated alt text. Yeah, this one's important. This is a priority. So and I'm going to put tomorrow's date on this. We'll do this tomorrow. All right, so if we look at the articles, it's going to be easier if we just look at these. So if we want so it would be last in, first out. Same here. It's last in, first out. So this one, how to practice JavaScript with an example. So I'm literally just going to copy and paste this from this page. The date for this is, I think it was last weekend, so June 15th. Yeah, this is tedious. Definitely going to be turning this into like a little CMS. Yeah, for sure. And I have this as a tutorial. Let's see, tutorials. Read more about. And then it links to, this is the link right here. But we actually want it to link to a relative path. Well, I think actually it would be that. And then we're using, which image are we using? Didn't I put images in here? Oh, I bet it's broken. Okay, we'll do a find and replace to fix it. And this is tennis player practicing with pink tennis balls. There we go. There's our first article. Except I put it at the top and it should be at the bottom, but that's okay. We'll switch it around. So now we should be able to link to it. And our image is showing up. Whew, it's tedious, isn't it? It's really tedious. That's just the way it is, though. That is just the way it is. This is why I'm not a content person. This is why I'm just sitting here going, yeah, definitely need to prioritize giving this like a, what I would call like a pseudo back end, where I just keep everything in a JSON file and loop through the JSON file with some PHP. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy at all. But yeah, and building out templates and not managing a bunch of static pages. So that is for sure going to be a priority, I would say, this summer. I should just set a goal to do that by like Labor Day, the beginning of September. That would be an excellent goal to prioritize that. So, okay. So let's just collapse this because we're going to have to move that around. Well, let's just do it now. Okay, so now we'll do this one, which is this. And we'll have to fix the image for this too. Thank God we only have 4 articles. So when I do something not stupid, I needed to change the directory, but yeah, you know. And then this was also June 15th. And then How to start freelancing as a front-end developer. No, that's the wrong image. That's the wrong image. This is the correct image. I guess I did update the alt text there. What did I put here? And I think we could use a little more space here. How much you want to bet I changed some line height last weekend? Line height or margin. So yeah, we'll want to add a little space there. So, and there's actually 2 links that need to be updated. Okay. Yeah, right there too. All right. All right. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. Oh, 2 down, 1 to go. We can do it. We can do it. I believe in us. All right, what's the last one? This one right here. This is the freelancing Q&A. A glass of wine. There it is. Wow. And I think we just have one more. I'm guessing that this image is also. All right, and we fixed our images. Good. So I am working on my most viewed live streams are the front end mentor product cart with list series that I did, which is it's 7 streams. It totals about 14 hours. I am in the process of editing that down into one compilation video where I'm just taking out all of the conversations with the chat, all the times that I stop and like rant or talk about something, and just like keeping it very focused on the project. I think I'm going to get it down to about 10 or 11 hours, and that should be out this time next week. That is the featured project that I want to put here on the homepage. In the event that I don't, for some reason, get that done though by July 1st, this can just stay as is. Otherwise, this homepage is done. This homepage is done. 100% I need to prioritize a JSON file and some dynamic data, and I can do all of that with PHP. All of that. So the home page is done, the contact me page is done, articles done, projects done. The last thing that we need to do, so let's look here. Let's go ahead. This is done. Whatever that is, I don't care. It's done. So tomorrow we're going to update the descriptions. We're going to check and make sure that all images have alt text, and then we're going to start working on the About Me header. So I'm going to move this over here to work in progress. We're ahead of schedule. We are ahead of schedule. I did not think we were going to be able to start working on about content until next weekend. So the fact that we can start working on a header tomorrow and get these last 2 things, the descriptions and the image alt text done, is excellent. And then a couple of these things I'm going to do on my own. Like, if I think tomorrow morning I'm going to try to get the GitHub project repos updated with a README, because I did an entire stream a few weeks ago where I just created a README template specifically for projects. So, famous last words, that should be fairly low effort to get those in there. But I do consider that a priority. That is something that I want to get done. Yeah. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy that I decided to do this and set aside this time on the weekends to get this done and get this site launched. So thank you to everybody who came to hang out with me today, who liked the video, who subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, appreciate all the support. I think we can get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers this summer, and yeah, I'm excited for a lot of the content that I have planned for the rest of this year. I've been doing some vlogging, which is really fun. Going back and, like I said, making compilation videos out of previous live stream projects. I really want to treat the streaming as the place where I can, like, obviously build community and build an audience and like chat with people, right? But also treat it as a place where I can take the work that I'm doing here and put them into like complete projects that I can post for people, so you can really see a real developer working. I just think that sounds incredibly. I loved seeing content like that when I was new and I was first learning how to do this work. So I'm excited to do that. I think I'm going to call it quits here for today. So thank you to everybody who tuned in, hung out with me. Come back tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll continue to knock out things on our to-do list. And yeah, we're going to get this thing done and deployed on or before July 1st. So excited. Have a great rest of your day wherever you are, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.